when I turned it back on, it turns on in the exact state it was turned off. So if I had turned it off and that was unmuted and this was up and then I turned it back on, this is how it would come up, whether I saved a scene or not. But from a practical point of view, you come in one Sunday, you do a service, you save it or not. You come in the next Sunday and you load it back up. You're going to want to go to a place to recall the appropriate settings. So with your analog console, if someone were to wiggle all the knobs left and right, you come in and you have to look at it and say, which knobs do I need to wiggle back? With this console, you don't have to worry about that. You go to this thing called Scenes, right here. And I'm going to store, because we did some work, so I'm going to first store onto scene 1. Yes. So now, make a bunch of changes, and I am, instead of storing, I'm going to recall. See where it says go? If I hit that go, it's going to say this will recall scene 1. I hit recall and it goes back to where it was when I stored it. It doesn't only affect the faders, it also affects all the settings within the desk too. So the EQ that you might have done, the routing you might have done, that all will come back. Now, without getting too detailed, there's a way to choose. You can tell it, I only want to recall this part of it, or I only want to, or I don't want to recall this part. There's a way to drill down into that and to do things differently. And if you get to be advanced users, great. But in general, there's going to be a thing that says Asbury Start, and you hit the button and it'll take you to the settings that you need to be at. It is possible that there'll be 2 things or 3 things if there's things that happen weekly, or there's things where, you know, the musicians rotate every month and you always have the setting saved for, you know, musician Sally and Sue. But I'd say keep it pretty simple, because as you make adjustments to your start file, you may not have those adjustments reflect in other files. So if you want to keep it consistent, you really want for the normal Sunday service to have one that you recall. Now there are, I think, 99 slots, so you can have as many as you want. Not as many as you want, but you can have a lot of them. This file will be saved on a thumb drive, on a USB drive, and it can also be emailed to you. And so if you come in and for some reason that file's not there, you take your thumb drive, you put it in, and you load the show from your thumb drive. I don't think it's going to be a big problem most of the time. But when you come in general, you hit scene, you go to the start scene, you hit go. When go is under recall, this will recall scene 1, continue. Here, make a change so we can see it. And it goes back to how it was.